Howdy Traders, good morning and welcome to the morning coffee session. As you can see right here, I do not have my cup of coffee because it is delayed. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to have to go ahead and fire someone. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started this morning. I'm glad everyone is ready to rock and roll. I see a bunch of traders in here. William, Doug, Jason, all in the house already, ready to rock and roll. Check out the market. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see exactly what's going on here this morning. And we're going to go ahead and take a look and see exactly what trading opportunities are setting up. Now, remember, traders, we follow a very unique trading strategy. And if you haven't already looked at the details, make sure that you check out video 1 and 2, part 1 and 2 of what's called the trading strategy for 2020. All right, check out my YouTube channel. Check out for the video trading strategy for 2020. In fact, this is my best trading strategy I've ever traded. Now, I've traded different types of strategies: scalping, swing trading, position trading, and this is definitely one of the best trading strategies I've ever traded. Now, you can also get the details in the description as to how to get this trading system that I actually am trading. There's a trading robot that you can get access to. Just check out the description and you can get access to that. Also, in the description as well, we're going to go through a workspace, or at least a spreadsheet. You'll be able to get access to that spreadsheet as well. It is the links are inside the description, as well as my Telegram channel as well. You can also get access to my Telegram channel as well, where I go ahead and post information inside the Telegram as well. All right. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on here this morning in the marketplace. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. We can see that we definitely had some big movement out of the JPY this morning, but that's not one of the pairs that I'm going to go ahead and take a look at. Let me just go ahead and just add a few things here. Let me see here. All right, so I want to go ahead and firstly take a look at the details of our spreadsheet. And as you can see right here, our spreadsheet. Good morning, Jenny, and Carlos. Good morning to you as well. We've got also Lorraine in the house as well. Good morning, Lorraine. And as you can see right here, in our spreadsheet, we are going to be paying attention to the unhit targets that are out this week. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unhit targets. All right, and those are the ones we're looking at. We did already see that the Euro CAD has gone ahead and indicated a sell opportunity. It is active this week. I'm currently holding on to some buy positions. We had a previous week buy position that was paid off already, giving us a 150 pip opportunity. And by the way, traders, I'm calling all of these pip opportunities, right? These are all opportunities. Now, maybe you don't pick up every one of these opportunities. Maybe I don't pick up any one of these opportunities. But this is what it's offering every single week. Every single week, we're going to go ahead and see what the opportunities are, because everyone trades different times, right? I may pick up a trade this week or a couple of weeks ago. Some traders may only start this week. So everyone's going to start at different times. Everyone's going to pick different targets at different levels. And that's okay, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about every single one of these opportunities, because you may be in one, I may be in one, or maybe none of us have picked up one, and we want to see what it offered, all right? So we're definitely going to go ahead and review that in the course of the sessions, all right? Denise, good morning, Denise and Karen. Karen and Denise have just come in. You're late. All right, stop being late for my sessions. I'm only kidding. All right. Don't worry, we're still friends. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at these pairs right here. Euro Aussie. We're going to start off with the Euro Aussie. Check out. It was a pending order. We want to see what's going on with the Euro Aussie this week. And so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this right here. And start off with Euro Aussie. All right, there we go. So as you can see, Euro Aussie has gone ahead, and it looks like we have maybe just about moved. No, we have not. Nope, we have not. We have not gone into an overbought condition as of right here. It's pretty close. It's very, very close, but not happening this week so far. So this is not. And I'm going to go check out the live trading account right here. And I want to see if there's anything else that was picked up this morning. It looks like we did pick up a Euro New Zealand dollar this week. And that's about it. All right, so good. That's awesome. That's good to know. So let's go back here. So Euro Aussie not happening yet. So no changes to Euro Aussie. Let's take a look at the next pair. Euro CAD. Euro CAD. You can see that price has gone up a little higher with the Euro CAD. We are still somewhat trending up. As you can see right here, we've got a nice little trend line going up right here. Right, channel. We're at the top of the channel, so we're probably going to see some downside action. And hopefully stay within the channel to go a little higher, because that's what you're looking for. Well, at least I am, because I'm in a couple of buys at the moment right now. So I'm looking for price to go up a little higher. We're going to definitely take a look at this a little more in depth, all right, to see exactly where it is based on larger time frames. See if we're hitting a very strong resistance level. That price may not want to go up a little higher, and maybe it is time to start cashing out on those, all right. We are currently in the money on, well, I am in the money on my position. And maybe we're going to go ahead and let's take a look right here. Here's Euro CAD. I'm up 34 pips on 4 positions right here. So my net positions is going to be, let's take a look right here. So my net positions is actually really this one right here, 133 pips. And the reason for that is, where's my third? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I'm about 133 pips net up on this trade. And so I'll have to make a decision whether or not I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this or cash in. It all depends, of course, what it's doing on the large time frame. We will take a look at that. All right, we will take a look at that and see what's going on. Now, the next thing we're going to go ahead and take a look at is the Euro New Zealand dollar. And we were pending on this, and as you can see right here, we've actually gone ahead and put in a trade. We've got a trade in already. Fired looked like earlier this morning. And the entry point on that was at 72.78. All right, so 1.7278. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. 1.7278. And so this one is active. And we're currently looking like we're selling this one. So we're in on a sell on this one. No more penny position. We went into an overbought condition, and now we're selling. So we're active on this one. And it's very fresh. It's a new trade. We currently, I'm going to go ahead and throw in this tool right here. And we're currently up 36 pips on this trade right now. And we are chasing after another 228 pips, right? So that's that trade right here. This is what it looks like on the chart. When I go to smarttrader.com, I'm using the smarttrader.com software, trading software. And when I go to the trading software where you can get all the workspaces and all that good stuff here, you can see that's what the trade looks like right here. I'm looking to trade after this target right down here. All right, so this is what I'm looking for right here. And as I said, still got 230 plus pips to go before we hit that target. All right. So we're in on that. That's a new trade. That's a new and fresh trade for this week on the Euro New Zealand dollar. Now, the next one that we're looking at is the Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie right here. Let's go take a look and see how Pound Aussie is setting up this week. And here we go. Pound Aussie has not given us a buying opportunity yet. And traders, rightfully so. I mean, you can see that we're still trending. We've still got a bullish channel. If you want me to go ahead and get all technical on you, this is what we're looking at like this. You know, something like, oh, that was horrible. Gosh, Gary, are you kidding me? You can do better than that. All right, let's try this. Do this. I'm going to get smart on you. Oh, by the way, I promised one of the students to show them how to be able to do a parallel line. All I do is I go ahead and draw a trend line. I click on it, and then I push Control C, and then Control V. All right, Control C and then Control V on the keyboard, and that's going to give me this parallel line right here. So if I look at this right here, we're sitting at a lot of resistance here, and price may want to go ahead and start working its way back down to the bottom of the channel, which will also get to our target right about here. But unfortunately, we haven't even got ourselves into a sell position yet. Nothing's really setting up as of right now. Okay, let's go ahead. So we're still active on this one. Let's go take a look at Aussie CAD. Let's see what Aussie CAD's doing this morning. Whew. Aussie CAD came very close hitting the target this week and moved away from the target. We've seen bottoms over here. There is a bottom right here. So this is the if this is going to be a double bottom, then we've got to take out the confirmation point, which is here. That means price is doing this and then looking to continue its rally. I don't see it in an oversold condition yet, so it's not creating an opportunity for us to go ahead and buy. Now, let's see. There's a whole bunch of different ways to be able to enter the market. Traders can go ahead and actually look to trade double bottoms, but using divergence too. You can use divergence to get into a trade as well. That is also a very good and very profitable strategy to be able to use. All right. We're using a little different type of strategy here, giving us maybe a more aggressive entry point. Or you could say that it could be more aggressive, but some could say that it also is maybe a little late, a little slow, right? All right. So we got. Let's take a look over here. We got. And we're going to trade right here. Says, what about pound New Zealand dollar and Euro Aussie? We've looked at Euro Aussie already. Euro Aussie, we've looked at Euro Aussie, and or did I miss that? Yeah, we looked at Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie has not set up yet, and pound New Zealand actually is a hit target this week, so we're not looking at pound New Zealand dollar. All right, Aussie CAD. All right, so that's where we are with Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD is still going to be a pending position. Let's take a look at Aussie US dollar right here. And by the way, both of these are actually low probabilities. We've called it this week, low probabilities. And if I go to Aussie US dollar, let's take a look, see how that's setting up. Looks like it's moved from a low probability to possibly a high probability. So it's looking like it may end up being an opportunity this week. Aussie US dollar, right? And it looks like US dollar is maybe pushing this a little bearish. We can take a look at the data last night. Let's go take a look at the data last night. We had, looks like there was no Aussie data coming out last night, nor was there any New Zealand data. So we had no data coming out last night. We got some European speeches out this morning. And we're looking this evening for both New Zealand and Aussie. So with that being the case, it's going to be interesting to see how this data helps us get either into the market or move to its target. All right? Either into the target, either it gets us into the actual trade or heads towards our target. So if we see some positive data coming out this week, it is quarterly, all right? So we've got private capital expenditure quarterly data coming out. They are seeing at the moment right now, it is set up for positive news. And if this is the case, then maybe we're going to see some stronger Aussie. And if we will see Aussie strength this evening, then that means that we could see Aussie US dollar start to rally. All right, we'll take a look at the dollar index and see how the dollar index is set up as well for an opportunity too. All right, see if we can see any weakness or strength in the Aussie dollar. Now, yes, and Karen, Sharon, yes, certainly the coronavirus is creating a problem and pushing the Asian pairs a little weaker. But again, remember when I'm talking about a rally, we're talking about just short-term rallies, all right? So even though the coronavirus is creating some weakness out in Asia, a lot of the Asian pairs, this is also there's also the fact that trading is seen in waves, right? And so as price moves down, as coronavirus starts pushing pressure, putting selling pressure on the pairs, there's going to be some correction. Then a drop, then a correction, drop. And so all we're looking for right here is just a correction move. And maybe the data that we're going to get out this evening is going to create that corrective move for us, short-term corrective move, not long-term, just short-term corrective move before we start seeing some downside action. All right. And by the way, traders, I wouldn't get myself all caught up inside the news and use the news as a directional bias. I'm always going to refer back to the technicals. If you go back to the technicals are really going to be the charts that's going to be able to help you define what the markets are really doing. So go back to the technicals, all right, to identify what's happening. All right, so let's go ahead and move to, that's the Aussie US dollar. We got US dollar CAD also setting up for an opportunity this week. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and go into too much detail analysis on any of these pairs unless I'm in on a trade. Like the Euro CAD and the Euro US dollar, I'm going to go into that a little bit more in detail because why? Because we're in on a trade, right? We're in on that, all right? Let's take a look here. We got Reddy says here we discuss only forex. If we discuss other, could we please go ahead and add Bitcoin? We actually we only trade forex in this session. So in this session we only talk about forex. You certainly want to go ahead and, if you are subscribed to the channel, I can certainly add some discussion around cryptocurrencies. All right, but in this session right here, nope. We're just going to be focusing in on just these currency pairs right here. All right, because we're following a certain currency pair, and we're actually implementing trades based off that. All right, so the US dollar CAD right here sitting up with an unhit target, and as you can see here, there's the level. We haven't moved into an overbought condition yet, not giving us an opportunity. Looks like price is moving a little sideways this week. All right. A little sideways. You got no big US or Canadian data coming out this week, so this is just moving sideways. No real big move on this at all. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look over here. All right, so that's where we're at with that. So what I would like to do is I'd like to go ahead and take a look at the market setups and break it down into a little more detailed analysis, specifically on pairs that we are currently trading. Right, and the one pair that we're in, we've got 4 positions in, is the Euro Canadian. And look at this. All right, now traders, remember we said we may go ahead and start looking to get the heck out of Dodge at this price, or at least we're going to pay attention to when it gets up to this price right here. This is 144.70. 144.47. Now, with that, take a look at the candle on the daily right here. This daily candle is showing an indecision candle, a doji. All right. What happens when we see dojis? Well, dojis are more effective when it's at support or resistance. All right. And in this case, now you can see that we are at previous support become resistance. And if we have previous support become resistance and we have a doji, we need to pay a little bit more attention to that. Now, I get it. This daily candle is still active. We've got still another 8 to 9 hours of trading, all right, before this candle closes out. So we'll have to pay attention and see how this closes out. I would like to see it trade a little bit higher, all right, but we'll have to wait and see. But decision may need to be made. Price has moved up. Let's see here from this point. We've seen a 50, looks like a 54 pip pullback, all right. So it's rallied up. It's pulled back 54 pips. And also what you need to pay attention to right here, notice that the wick on the upside is a lot higher than the wick on the downside, which means that we had a good rally, but price couldn't sustain that rally and pull back to the opening price of today. All right, so we'll take a look and see how it closes out today. We're not going to go ahead and make decisions based on just this candle without it closing up first. We need to see how it closes out. And you can make a decision 15 minutes before it closes, but you can see that there's definitely some indecision right here in today's trading. Now, if I go and break this down on a lower time frame, This is a 15 right here, but I'm going to go down a little bit lower. On the 50-minute time frame, it says we're still trending, which is pretty neat because this is the 15. So which means that we still got time for price to move back up again and retest the highs of today. Right? If I go ahead and flip this over to a 1 hour, get a little more consistency right here. And then on the 1 hour, we can see that we're still trading. Right? And we follow in my trading room. If you're not sure what that is, go ahead and send, post a message down, and I'll send you information about my trading room. If you're not part of my trading room, we have a trading room on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, where we go into, by the way, we go into cryptocurrencies if that is a request in the room. We go into 28 currency pairs, but we look at trading from more of a trending based standpoint. All right, looking at it more of a trending base, and we follow a certain strategy. Now here is, as you can see right here, and oh, by the way, and these are positions that we currently have in based on some trend-based strategies. All right, so this is where we're currently sitting at right now. So if we actually go to the pair, what is the pair that we're looking at here? Euro CAD. Let's see here if we do have anything on the Euro CAD. I didn't think I saw anything. Euro CAD, no Euro CADs so far. I think we may be setting up or looking at possibly buying on this one. Let's see here. Oh, actually, in fact, believe it or not, and this is just a little extra information right here. We're actually looking at this level, and we're going to probably today start deploying sell opportunities because of this indecision. But if price continues to rally through this, then we'll go ahead and cancel out our sell opportunities. All right, this is more from a trend basis, and start thinking about waiting for price to go ahead and actually trade above, retest, and then start looking for buying opportunities. So we have a unique way of finding trend direction, all right, which is directional bias, and then using also order trading systems. So we love trading robots, or in fact, I love trading robots, all right. And so what I'll be looking for is a trading robot that helps me to trade certain trends. But what I'll do is I'll use technical analysis to identify the trend and then deploy it in that direction. All right, and so that's something that we may do today on the EuroCAD. Look for or start deploying some sell opportunities, or a sell EA, which is a trading robot. Start looking for sell opportunities. It has its own logic in, and only when, of course, the sell conditions are lined up for that EA will it go ahead and start deploying the sells. Now, if it goes here and continues to rally and trades up above that level of resistance, then I may go ahead and wait for the market to go ahead and rally, come back, retest, and start looking for buying opportunities because my technical analysis tells me to do so. Okay, but in case, that's a little bit of extra information right there, and don't worry, I won't charge you for that. Just kidding. All right, so we got Shane in the house. Tell me about Trade Room. Hey Shane, you know what? Go ahead inside the actual video and throw a chat inside the video, because I can't really post anything right now while I'm busy with the technical analysis. But I'll go ahead, if you go ahead and post something in the comment box with inside the video, not the chat box, but I'll go ahead and send you some information on that. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this is the Euro CAD. So the Euro CAD, definitely need to pay attention to this by the end of today, and then make a decision. And like I said, we are currently up right now. We're currently up on this position right here. We're up 26 pips. So if price does continue to rally, if we do believe price will continue to rally and holds up in this trend, then maybe we can go ahead and hold on to this a little bit longer. The problem here is, why would a trader think about taking profit? Well, if you take a look over here, we still have, all right, and I'm going to go and move this to the left. We still have, and I'll pull it down here like this. We still have price breaking out of this consolidation right here. All right. So this is the deal. The reason why we would think about taking money right here, all right, is because we have not hit our range target down here, which means price is going to start working its way back down. And if it does go through support levels, it's going to go back down to this level right here to hit this area. Then we could start seeing price move back. So if you're okay with price moving down another, what's that? Let's see here. 44, So let's call it 300 pips. If you're okay with price moving another 300 pips down south, and then looking to buy down here again to go ahead and gain additional and more money on this trade, all right, it's possible you can do that. All right. Now, also keeping in mind that if we do break above this level, if we do not, if price does not reject this resistance and it does break through, then we're going all the way to the top of the channel right here. Because when you have contraction, all right, when you have contraction, you head into expansion, and the expansion is normally false breakouts to both sides of the consolidation, which is this side and that side right here, before we go into any sort of trend. So there is a slight higher probability that price may go back into this consolidation. All right, and that's why I don't want to react quickly on this. I want to be able to give it some time to see if we can get it back inside again. All right, so this is the euro. This is the euro CAD. Let's go ahead and take a look at the euro US dollar. And we are currently also in 4 positions up on the euro US dollar. Yeah, you can see euro US dollar right here. And we're now at break even. So we were in the money at some point, and now price has gone ahead and moved back again to break even. We haven't got to our first entry point yet, but it came pretty close. Let's go take a look and see. So about the early morning, we were actually in the money on this one, but right now, let's take a look. And again, reaction at resistance. Price is reacting at resistance. And this could be just a temporary resistance level, all right? As price comes back down and retraces, because remember something, you got to keep in mind that price moves in waves, right? Right? And if price moves in waves, that means what's going to happen is this. We're going to have the market doing this type of thing, where it does, I've gone down the lower time frame, where it goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, or at least goes into sort of consolidation, breaks out, goes up, creates a fifth wave right here, then looks for a correction, then continues its trend. All right, so this may just be what we call an interruption to the trend. If you look at that right here, it's not very great trend lines right here, but if this was my channel going up, then once the market completes a 5-wave structure inside a wave structure, then we normally see deeper correction, and that deeper correction is normally what we call an interruption to the trend. And if that's an interruption to the trend, then all we've got to do is wait for the interruption, which is the ABCD correction, to complete, and then price is going to start working its way back up again. And again, all we're going to do is just change the trend. So the interruption to the trend is just a trend line adjustment. All right, that's what it is. And we do have that. If you didn't know that already, price moves in waves, in a 5-wave sequence, and then an ABCD correction. All right, and so this may just be that it may not be the perfect wave structure that you've seen, but it moves in waves and then it goes ahead and corrects. So it has a impulsive move and then a correction move. All right, or let's call it impulsive phase and then a correction phase, and that's what's happening right here. So any sort of correction move, deeper correction move, may just be a interruption to a current trend. That means that price could still go ahead and move back up, and this is what gets people or gets traders confused, right? Especially on a fifth wave move. This is where you have that contraction and expansion move, all right? Because what happens is this. Price does this. Price goes into a 5-wave impulsive move, but what happens is in the fourth wave move, all right, so we go to wave 1, 2, 3, and then fourth wave does something like this. And then we have, so it goes into contraction, right? And then what happens is it breaks out. And when it breaks out, it's going to break out in 2 directions. Sometimes we get a little false breakout to the downside. Then we get a false breakout to the upside. And if that happens, then what happens is price doesn't normally go ahead and test wave 4. Then we have a dip and then a trend. And that just means that we've completed the fifth wave and now we're back into a new wave structure. All right. So there's definitely beautiful patterns that are leading indication of what the market's going to do. All right, a lot of indicators that traders use are lagging indicators, and a lot of traders, especially retail traders, use a lot of indicators to determine whether or not to buy or sell. But the problem with indicators is indicators are lagging, and so by the time you get the confirmation with the indicators, price has already moved. In fact, most of the biggest move is gone, especially in the first impulsive move of wave one. So when price goes ahead, when you go ahead and see a signal on your indicator, this is what price has done. And now traders are trying to get in on this, and all this is now is a correction move, and traders start getting concerned, get out of trades, and then what happens? Price then moves back up. All right. If you've been one of those traders that when you get into a trade, you have to first go into a deep drawdown before you make profit, then know one thing: you're getting in late. All right. You're getting late, and so you need to look at whatever you're using to get into the trades, because those entry points, or at least those signals that you're getting, are based on lagging indicators, and those indicators are so lagging that you're getting in way at the end of the run. Especially if it's going to be a new trend that's taking place, you may be getting in at the end of a wave one move. All right. Okay, well, this pretty much wraps up this week. Now, we do have, I do want to go to one more pair, and that is on the Euro New Zealand dollar. All right, Euro New Zealand dollar, there's the target for this week. We can see that we're certainly trendy at the moment right now. We're bullish. All right, we're trendy at the moment right now, but we are looking for price to move into a correction move. So we're looking for the New Zealand dollar to come into a correction move, to come back to our target before moving back up north. Now, this is the hourly chart. Let's take a look and see what the bigger picture looks like here on the daily. And I like looking at the larger time frame because check this out. Look at this. Now, from a trend-based standpoint, we're going to be looking to sell as price has come back to this resistance right here. So we're looking because we have consolidation right here. We have consolidation right here and here. Now, traders need to go ahead and make a decision. Do I want to sell temporarily to maybe to this trend line? And then if it doesn't break through the trend line, get the heck out of Dodge and maybe start buying here because we go into the top of the trend up here at the top? Well, that's a possibility, right? That is something that could be looked at. But keep in mind, we're definitely at a bit of resistance here. And so this temporary retracement that we're seeing, or at least we're looking for, this temporary retracement that we're looking for may very well be the move that we're looking for because of resistance here at the top. So that setup that we're looking for, which is over here, this is it. Look at the daily, the 1 hour. We're looking for price to move down to, let me go ahead and compress. Oh, here it is. We're looking for price to come back down to this level right here. So this price move down here could be, and I'll be watching the daily right here, making sure that if we do come back down to this trend line, if it stalls at that trend line and I'm not at my target, it may be time to get the heck out of Dodge. Right? Maybe time to get the heck out of Dodge. All right, so that's what we have. Let me see here. No additional positions. Nope, nothing else. Nope, that's it. Just the one trade, the one additional trade now is the Euro New Zealand dollar. This is the one right here. This is the one we picked up this morning. There you can see we've marked it off here on the chart. We are now active. We have actually two active trades this week: Euro CAD and Euro New Zealand dollar. I'm in on 3 of those currency pairs, and the currency pairs that I'm in is the Euro US dollar, Euro Canadian dollar, and of course now the Euro New Zealand dollar. And we'll see how things play out as we go into the week. All right, it's the mid part of the week. We've got Thursday. Normally Thursday is a bigger move in the market. We normally see the market pushing in a direction on Thursday, going into Friday. So Thursday's been the best trading day of the week. We normally set positions up in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday we start seeing a lot of either our targets being hit, trades being implemented, or in fact getting into new trades based on new positions. So we'll take a look and see how things plan out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 pending positions still this week on trades that may take place this week. It's going to be real interesting to see how things turn out as we head into Thursday. All right. Well, traders, thank you for joining me. Have an absolute fantastic day today. I'll see everyone back again tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock, for another session here for the Forex Morning Coffee. This is FX Big Dog wishing you peace, joy, and successful trading. Until next time, happy trading.